exam, the Series 63, the 65, the 66, the SIE exam. All the FINRA exams and NASAA exams, come here for some help with it. Now, before I get started and into the live, hey, how are you? That's great. I'm glad to see you here. So let's get into this a little bit. Let's start with the number one question I get all the time is, what do I do if I'm taking the test tomorrow? So as I say, get the hell off my live. If you're taking it tomorrow, I don't want you on here. Good luck, vibes, congrats, snaps. We're going to do it. Get some sleep, get off here. Now, if you're taking it tomorrow, you're done, you studied, go get some sleep, do whatever you have to do to relax, glass of wine, smoke a J, whatever it is, okay? Back massage, whatever. Now, the next step is if you're taking it after tomorrow, like say 2 days from now. Tomorrow, don't take any tests really. If you want to do little quizzes, maybe, but nothing big, nothing taxing. Spend the day adding knowledge, okay? Just spend the day just watching videos, watching my videos, reading the book, reading some like the Crunch Time Facts, or if you have Notman, the key topics, or if you have Kaplan, the tips and tricks. All these little things. I think Achievable has a cheat sheet too. I'll have to look that up. I think they do. Now, so that's good for tomorrow and the day after. Now, if it's beyond that, what you want to do is you want to take, if you're within 10 days, you want to take finals every day. In the morning, try to match the time you're taking on the exam if you can, to get the same biorhythms and all that Zen crap, okay? Try to do that. And then every day after you take it, review it in detail, right and wrong answers. Review everything, not just the wrong answers. Review everything, and any section you do bad on, either reread, watch a video, or take a quiz on to do it, to get that score up. That's your thing. Leading up to that, remember, when you start studying, and if you're just starting now, you want to make sure that you read the book fully. I don't care what test it is. Read the book cover to cover, no tests, no questions, no highlighting, screw the highlighting, no notes. Just read through it. If you want to go through the second time and take notes, that's fine. But we like progress. We want to get through. So those are your plans for taking it. Literally, that's what it is. Taking it tomorrow, stop, get off here. Taking it beyond tomorrow, no tests the day before, but every day but the day before, you're taking finals every day. But you don't need to take finals for a month, like 10 days. You want to do chapter quizzes and like attack the weak stuff up until 10 days out, and then every day. Then watch videos and read. I think that works. Now, there's a lot of free stuff. Remember, you're not alone. There's a lot of free stuff on here. There's a lot of free stuff. I have my Facebook group, which is FINRA Exam Prep with Capital Advantage Tutoring. Then we also have Series 65, 66 Exam Prep. I have almost 5,000. I mean, it's ridiculous. I looked up, it's like 2,200 active people in there. We have a chat for every class test, right? So you can go in the room and see the big stuff, and then get help from me and Michael Weiss and a couple other tutors. By the way, Michael Weiss, great tutor. Check him out at series7examtutor.com. Also, I do it at series7exam.org. Okay. You can, if I'm too expensive and Michael's too busy, which he's pretty busy, I have other tutors that are newer. Good. They're just newer and they're cheaper. Okay. I can help you out with that. If you need the 79, I got a guy, Joe, out in California, but he's booked up constantly. It's crazy because he's that good. I'm trying to get him to get somebody else to back him up. Now you have that. We also have my membership thing. So every Friday night we meet at 6 o'clock. I do the 65, 66 class, even the 63. At 7 o'clock, I do the Series 7. And then at 8 o'clock, I do the options. It's an options only class. We call it the happy hour because people drink, have wine, and we go to like 8:30. We start at 8, we go to like 9:30 sometimes, unless I have to go. It's every Friday night Eastern time. Those are in my memberships. So in the membership, if you go into the group, if you go onto my video, there's a little button that says join. Also, if you like my shit, hit like, subscribe, and share this shit, okay? See what happens. Maybe it works. Okay, so now, hit the join button, and there's 4 choices. There's the cheap one, which is just watching old membership videos of these classes. I record them and post them sometimes. Then the next level up is $20 a month. Now remember, do this on a laptop or desktop, because if you do it on an iPhone, Apple sometimes likes to jack 30% on, so we don't want to do that. $20 a month is just my options videos. Now my options are crazy. Okay, they're different than anyone else's. You can use T-charts if you want. I don't. Okay, I think my options are off the fucking chart. They're game changing, totally different, very visual, like common sense. So you kind of understand what's going on. You know the bull bear, the break even, everything. That's for $20 a month to get access to all my videos on options. It's only options. Everything else is free. Anything else I do other than the classes and the options is free. I've put however many videos on there. Now, the next step up is $25 a month, which means you get everything below it. You get the once a week 7 class, plus the options, plus the replay of the videos. Then you go up even higher, the $50 a month. That's the option class, the Series 7 class, and the options, videos, and then the membership replays. Okay. So if you think about it, we meet every week pretty much. I'm even doing not the Christmas Eve, right? Every Friday we meet, and once in a while it'll be a Sunday if I have something going on Friday, but it's either Friday or Sunday. I don't like Sundays because I finally get to see football. Okay. Now, hey, how are you? What's up? Hey, congrats. That's awesome. Now, if you haven't noticed, this isn't live. I'm recording this, right? You did figure that out, right? I'll be live in a second, just as soon as I get this shit out of the way. Now, if you think about it, paying $50 a month if you're doing options, okay, that means you're meeting 2 times a week, which is 8 lessons, which is what, $6 a lesson. It's pretty cheap. I think so. I'm selling myself cheap. Okay. Anyway, those are all the things. If you also what other? So also check out Susie Rhodes at Passmaster. You can check out Brandon Rith over at Basic Wisdom. On this beautifully warm summer day, I'm going to give you a little information on how to study for the exam. First of all, read the fucking book. You got to read the book, okay? If you try to just do questions, you're going to end up coming to me or another tutor and spending a lot of money. Read the damn book. Can't say that enough. Get through it one time. Don't take a lot of notes unless you're a really good note taker. But if you take a lot of notes, what's going to happen is you're going to sit there and take forever to finish it. Get through the book one time at least. Try to get the big picture. Options, maybe you got to do a couple times to practice exam. Welcome. I think you got it all. Welcome on. Hope we're doing well. Happy Tuesday, live Tuesday night. Joanne, boom, boom, boom. Okay. Let's see. So, yeah, it's crazy. Everyone needs a rain. I agree. Okay, let's get on this puppy. Okay. So we can listen, Joanne, you have questions. I have 5 videos on my practice finals one where I do questions all the time. So maybe check that out. Maybe do those. We can do it. We'll see where it goes. I can probably put some questions up here, but wait, who's tutoring you at the moment? I don't know what you mean. Okay. Oh, with Michael. Yeah, Michael's great. Michael Weiss, I love him. He's great. I like Michael a lot. Now I got it. Now I understand. No, he's really good. I like him. He's definitely But so you've done the the test I've done. He'll get you through it. I promise you. He'll get you through that thing. I promise you. You'll get through that. Okay. Okay. Just seeing something. Okay. How are we doing? Okay. Let's get on it. A couple more people. Yeah. Michael Weiss, I love him. He's good. Just keep working on this stuff. Look, so Joanne, you were so close the other 2 times, right? Okay. What were you? And now you got Michael helping you. That's going to put you over the top. I promise you. He's really good. It's going to be good. I mean, yeah. I mean, you got. Where are you? I think you had your scores up here before. I thought you did. Maybe not. $68 and $16. Yeah, I mean, based on that, you're going to pass. So yeah, look. Now you have Michael helping you. That's going to put you over the top. I think you're going to rock this thing. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay, now we can get the SIE done, and you're not going to lose your job, Joanne. We're going to get you through this. Okay. When are you taking it? Try not to die here. Okay. Okay. But how close are you getting to pass? Okay. How close to that are you getting to pass? That's all. Okay. Hope so. Please help me understand this. ABC Corporation has declared a 3-for-2 stock split to shareholders of record on November 10th. The price of the stock will be reduced on X date by what? Okay. Yeah, they're not going to do it. That's the one thing. They're not doing it that way. That's not the way they kind of do it. It's a little different where they're going to make you come up April 9th. You got so much time, Joanne. Eduardo, they're most likely going to say if you own 100 shares at 50, right? It's going to be, if you own 100 shares at 50, what's going to happen is that where's it going to be? You own 100 shares at 50, do a 3-for-2. You're going to have 150 shares now at, what is it going to be? 50 divided by 1.5, right? 50 divided by 1.5 will be at 33. So I'm assuming it will go down. Yeah, 33%, I guess. I think they're going to make you do it that way, not the whole how much did it drop by. That's like a Kaplan STC kind of question, and I think they don't get the gist, and they do obviously, but they're missing the gist on what the question is going to ask. Okay, now, so I should probably open up the whiteboard and let's get on that so we can do some stuff if I have to. Okay, 6 point. Do not expect too many DPP questions. Maybe you'll find the options are easy, but yeah, no, the DPPs you might get 3 or 4 maybe, and it's much more about the suitability in it. It's much more about the suitability than it is about the Facebook user. How are you? It's much more about the suitability than every little detail. It really is. Okay, let me get on this. Okay, so where's my zoom? Okay. It's funny. I used to watch this show called Zoom when I was a kid on Channel 13. When we only had 4 channels, right? And ended up there's a show called Zoom that was on, and very funny is that my daughter, one of my third daughters, my third kid, my second daughter, she what was I going to say? Her teacher was on that show. How very funny! I just thought it was pretty funny. Okay, do not need help with my camera. I don't care about the audio. Okay. I will do the audio there, maybe. Oh, I don't know if that'll knock me out here. Okay, whatever. Okay.
Recording in progress.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to record. Huh? We don't need
Recording
that.
stopped.
Okay. Now, let's get on. Okay, so don't worry about not a lot of DPPs. Okay. I wouldn't worry about that too much. Hold on. Oh, hold on. Can I do? Hold on. David DeCino. David. Okay. Yeah, we can talk about pipes, maybe. Okay. If Michael DeSanto was on here, he'd be like, that's what she said. David. That is quite awesome to get done. Now, are you all done? That's the thing. Are you done? Like gone. Like no more tests. You get to wake up late. You don't have to sit there and you can burn the books. That's what I'm waiting to see once the summer comes around, the burning book party. When they pass the test, they come on here, pass the test. By the way, I'm telling you right now, it's crazy how many people in that Facebook group, the Facebook group we have, the FINRA exam prep with help from Capital Advantage Tutoring. I mean, crap, there's like 10 posts a day. And I swear to God, the last 3 days, I mean, that must have been like 15 people nailing that they passed. It's because they go on there, they ask questions, they talk to each other. The support of everyone, it's awesome. I mean, literally 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day that people question up, 15, 20 people answer. It's super active. Like, it's weird. I look, there's like 5,000 people in it. And there's about 1,200 people that are actually still active. It's unbelievable how crazy it is. David, that's great. How great is it to be done with everything? Okay. Michael, I will get you slobs over bliss. I will absolutely do it. That's why I set up the Zoom. Okay. Okay. Oh, Gordon, thank you. Welcome on for this. Welcome on. Come on. Thank you for listening on my podcast, which is incredibly, I can't believe, it's weird. Like, I know it's funny to look at me and I'm funny looking, so it's okay on the videos. But on people are listening to the Spotify. I mean, there's so many downloads. It's unbelievable. It's crazy. Enough that they started slapping commercials on it, which is insane. I didn't do that. I tried to listen to one the other day. I'm like, what's that commercial? It's great. Okay. Okay. And thanks for coming on, Gordon. Okay. I need to pass the 63 next Friday. I'm using Kaplan halfway through the material. Yeah, there's Lena. Yeah, there's a whole 63 playlist. I have a 63 only playlist, right? You don't have to go watch the other stuff. So, guys, that's the other thing. When you're going on my channel, which is great, right? I love when you're on there. But look for your test. Tab over to the playlist thing, and it's a much easier way to get through all that shit. It's so much easier to get through it. And Michael, I promise I'll get to the slubs over bliss. Okay. Which things? A lot. Hold on. Where are you? Oh yeah, DPBs. No, I mean, like my mom did one in the 90s. She kept buying DreamWorks. Like DreamWorks would use these DPPs or limited partnerships to raise money, right? They'd raise money. DreamWorks would be the general partner. My mom and like thousands of other people invest. And then when the movie came out and paid, they got their money and they closed it up. It's kind of the way it works. Okay. Yeah, you're not going to be selling that. Okay. Awesome. I don't know who this is, but I am so happy for you. Rating, I'm about to get demonetized. Boom, baby. Way to get that shit done. The SIE, big goddamn first step. It's way to get it out of the way. Off to the races. We're on to the next one, right? I love it. Okay. So let's talk about a pipe a little bit, and then I promise I'll get to the slobs over bliss, Michael. I promise. Okay. I knew it. Right. That's it. I love it. That's awesome. Now we're on to the 6. You're looking at the 6 now? Yeah, we talked. Okay. I don't recognize the names when it says Facebook user. Pipes offering. So these are what they call private investment in a public entity, right? So you got like a Home Depot when you get a bunch of accredited investors get together and they make a bid or they work with the company or the company reaches out to a bunch of accredited investors and issues like a block of stock as a private investment, right? So private placement. They get it. Now, the problem is, that's fine. There it is. It doesn't show up on the tape. And to prevent some sort of pissing off everyone, they have to hold it for 6 months. Or under 144, they have to hold it for 6 months before they can sell it. So that reduces the dilution effect. That's all it is. It's not that big a deal. You got to be accredited. A bunch of people do it. It's a private placement. They got to hold it for 6 months. Then they can sell whatever they want. Okay. Where's Brooks? I think Brooks just says something. Hold on. But hey, Brooks, that's a big fucking deal. Seriously, the 65 is not an easy test. It is absolutely not an easy test. Then I get a little bit lonely. Want to celebrate, yeah. So what happened? User error. That's awesome. You get a second one for that. Brooks, baby. Brooks Sinbad. I love it. I know it's Lindblad, but it sounds good. An air next to Series 7, baby. Get on that shit. You get that 7 done? Yeah, we talked about the companies. I think that's what we were talking about, right? Okay. Now, let me get up to where's Michael Gillespie? Where is he? We talk a little bit about slobs over bliss. Okay, let's get it on the screen. I got to remember to make sure we have it in here. Okay, so let's share. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. I love when I make it just disappear, huh? Hold on. There's that. And then where are we? Share screen. I'm not a fan of the new whiteboard on what's cool. They have some new stuff you can try. Hold on. Oh, they don't let me do one. Okay, hold on. Now you won't be able to see this at first until I share here. So let's see how it looks. And we see a whiteboard. That's awesome. Okay, so now I think if I do this, oh no, I do this, fills up the whole screen. Okay, here we go. So, add text. Okay, so let's say you own 100. I'll make it bigger at 50. Say you own 100 at 50. Okay? So you're in 100 shares at 50. What do you want to happen? Why, yes, you would like it to rise. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to sell 100 at 55. That's a sell limit. Okay? Then, by the way, no one's ever going to say trigger limit order. They just don't do that. So that's a sell limit. Let's see if we can read it. Be there. Okay. Now, the sell limit of 100 at 55. And by the way, Estuardo, I'll go through the stock splits again since I'm on here already. So sell 155. That's a sell limit. They're not going to say that. They're just going to do it now. And I'll put, yeah, well, good. Now, what am I afraid is going to happen? So what I'm going to do, I'm afraid it's going to go down. That's literally what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid that it's going to go down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a sell stop. So this, what this says is, hold on. There we go. I'm going to do sell 100 at 45 stop. Let me do it the right way. At 45 stop. Okay. So that what that's saying is that as long as the stock is above 45, no one even knows the order's there. Literally, as long as the stock is above 45, No one even knows the order's there at all, okay? Now, none at all. Now, works for me. Now, so let's talk through this. So say it's trading at 46, nothing happens. Trades at 45 and a half, nothing happens. Trades at 45 and a half, nothing happens. Trades at 45, boom, it triggers. So once it trades at 45, it's going to trigger, okay? Once it trades at 45, it triggers, okay? Now, what does that mean? That means it becomes a market order and you're going to sell it at the next price no matter what. Even if it's 44, 42, 38, 3,000, even higher. It doesn't matter. You're going to go trigger at 45, then the next trade, boom, it's going to trade, and that is it, okay? Boom, that is what a sell stop is. So we're going to put down here SS. So, Michael, I want you to write, so that's SS, make it bigger. Okay. So since I can't use more of the screen, I want you to remember that. So remember, we have SL on top and SS on the bottom. SL on top, SS on the bottom. Because remember, when you're long something, you can only do selling things. And when short things, you can only do buying things. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm telling you, Achievable is awesome. It's really, it gets through a lot of stuff. I love them. Okay. Now, that's the sell. So if you're long stock, that's how you do sell stops. Now, the selling part. Now, let's change this up. Let's say you're short stock. What is shorting stock? Hopefully, you know what shorting stock is. If you don't know, we'll talk about it. So, shorting is when you don't like a stock. You think it's going to go down. So, what you do is, see, it's funny. On this new thing, it doesn't really erase. I gotta delete. Okay. Now, the erase button isn't wonderful. Now, if you're short stock, what you're doing is you say, hey, I don't like the stock. It's trading at 50. I don't like it very much. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to borrow it from you. So, Michael, I'm going to borrow the shares from you. You give me the shares, and then I sell them. Your shares, I'm selling at $50. Okay. So what happens is I sell them at $50, and then I have now $5,000. But it's weird. I sold your shit for $50 like they're mine, which is fine. It's a badass kind of thing. And I'm hoping it drops to 40 so that I could buy it back. So I'm hoping it goes down to 40. I'm hoping I can buy it back for 4,000 and then give you your stock back. That's it. So I sell short of 50. I hope it goes down to 40 so I can buy it back and then give you your shares back. And I only spend 4,000, so I make 1,000. Here's the risk. What if I short it at 50 and it rises? Okay, saying it rises to 60 or 70 or 80. Well, Michael, you're going to want your stock back. Okay, you're going to want your stock back. So what's going to happen is I'm going to have to buy it wherever it is at 60, 70, or 80. I don't want to do that. So first of all, I'm going to put down here, I want to buy the stock because I want to buy it lower. So I'm going to buy 100 at 45. That's a buy limit, right? That's a buy limit. Okay. Here. Buy limit. That's below the market. Okay. Now, what I'm also afraid of is going to go up. So instead, I could buy a call, or I could do buy 100 at 55 stop. Now, what I call this is stopping the bleeding, right? Because look, you're shorting it at 50. It goes up at 51, 52, 53. You're like, you know what? Even if it's at 54 and a half or 54.99, I still think it's still going to drop enough so I can make money. But once it's at 55, I'm giving up the ghost. I just want to end it. Damage control. Just buy the stupid shit at 55. So it's going to trigger at 55. Remember, it has to trade there once. Stops always have two things: a trigger and then a trade. So it triggers at 55, and then I'm going to buy it at the next price. Then what? It's literally like this, Michael. I give you an order. I'm short 100 shares at 50. I go, look, if it goes up to 55, just buy it. So you can sit there and watch it all day long, and then when it trades at 55, buy it. Or you can buy 100 shares at 55, stop. Which all that will do is if you buy 100 shares at 55, stop. That's just going to say, hey, once it trades at 45, I want it to trigger, and then it's going to trade. That's all we're trying to do. Okay, that's all we're trying to do here. Now, buy 100 shares at 55, and then once it triggers at that price, I want to buy it at the market, and I'll buy it. Now, normally what's going to happen is it's going to trigger at 55, and then you probably buy it at 55.01 or 55.02, but there is risk that it won't. So now look, we have buy limit on the low side, and then we have sell stop on the top. Where is it? Oh, okay. Let me get it up there. Boom, boom, boom. So that's where the SS and the BL. So if we remember from earlier, it's L. Oh, what did I do? I did the wrong one. Hold on. No, buy stop. I should have done that. See what happens when it's late at night? I should start my thing earlier. Now, getting old. Okay. So then if you remember from before, sell limit and sell stop. And then here's buy limit and buy stop. So that's how we come up with. Can I do everything? Oh, it does work this way. Good. I like this. So that's why I come up. That's what not I come up with it. It's been around forever. SLBS, BLSS. Slobs, sell limits and buy stops are placed above the market. Buy limits and sell stops are placed below the market. It's always that, okay? Sell limits and buy stops, buy limits and sell stops, okay? Okay. Again, so sell limits and buys are above the market, buy limits and sell stops are below the market. That's just the way it is, okay? Okay. Now, okay, I like it. Boom. Hey, oh, back to me. Oh, that's horrible. Sorry about that. Okay. Close the whiteboard. I'm going to bring it back later. Okay. Now, hope that helps a little bit. Okay. Yeah, you know what? If you're in the here's the one thing about the 63, and I got a student that I had to say the same thing. Okay, as my wife just said, it's fucking snowing. It was 70 degrees yesterday. So if I have a student and she's getting right now. She started taking tests the other day. Now she's up. She was at 48, then 55, then 62, then 71, 72, 73. That's the way it goes, Robin. It starts. There's a learning curve like this. You're going to get your ass kicked, ass kicked, ass kicked, and all of a sudden you're going to go, oh my god, I get it. 65, 70, and then you're off to the races and you beat it. That's really what's going to happen. That's the way it goes here. Is that when you do the 63, you got to read the book once or twice and then just start banging out questions. That's really how it works. You just got to start banging out questions as much as possible. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Now, I think we're on a good place. I agree. I think that Facebook group is insane. There's a couple others out there, but I mean, you see like a post every 3 days. This one is active. I mean, it's unbelievably active. We have chat rooms for everyone. It's unbelievable. It's super active. It's unbelievable how much that goes through. So I love it. And the best part is I just watch it. I kind of just watch it. And if somebody's off the wrong track, I'll help out. But it's really just all you guys doing it. It's amazing. So again, if you want to get on that, it's called FINRA Exam Prep with help from Capital Advantage Tutoring. So I help a little bit. Okay. Phase 63 and 65. We're going to get this done, baby. Okay. Harley, that is awesome. Anything crazy on it? Anything crazy? I just wanna celebrate. I just wanna celebrate. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Now, I love it. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Okay. Any surprises? Anything? What's the next step, baby? Okay. Already purchased achievable. Glad that it did it right after. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Boom. Get it stuff. I'm telling you, it takes. That's fine. 2 days. 2 days to get through a section. Don't worry. You're gonna get through it. Just keep working on. Keep working through your stuff. Keep working through. Working through. Okay. Okay. When do bonds pay interest? Day in December? No. They pay every 6 months. They can do anything they want. Okay. They can pay anytime they want. Now, if they pay January, then they pay July. Okay. If they pay in December, they pay June. If they pay September, they pay March. It's always every 6 months, November, May. So that's what it is. It's not about, it's no set number. Okay. So it's just every 6 months, whatever they tell you. Like sometimes if you see like a J&J bond, that means that it's Jimmy's every January and July. Good stuff. Okay. Okay. Cody. Know that I will pass just as okay. That's fine. Okay, I love it. Okay, so just keep at it, my man. Keep at it. If you do the achievable and you do the questions and you use my shit as a supplement, we're gonna get you through this. There's no one better for the SIE than achievable. I swear to God. Okay. Why can't I get this to go? Oh, that's it. Okay, not bad. Okay. Boom, I love it. That's awesome. Okay. Anyone else have any more questions? We're slow tonight. That's awesome. I love it. Okay. Okay. Hold on one second. Okay. You gonna let me go home early? Is that what you're gonna do? If we get out of here, I got no more questions. I can go home. I got an early night. It's okay with me. I get out of here at 9. Okay. 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 Yeah, Joanne, I have a bunch of videos in there. Hold on. Okay. Let me get on this. Okay. Yeah, there's no math at all. There's no math at all stuff. There's literally no math. Okay. So Joanne, that's such a general thing. Like, so Joanne, find my quick and dirty. I have an SIE crash course playlist. That's the best way for tips and stuff like that. I know I'm asking for questions, but it's like you can't say just tips. I mean, that's massive. If you find my crash course video, I have an SIE crash course video that playlist that'll really help. There's a lot of good stuff on there. And then you're working with Michael. You're gonna rock this thing. Okay. That's awesome. Just you got to do the first one. Okay. Hemp Weaver, baby. Okay. I love it. That's awesome. Going for the 66. I love that. Boom, baby. I love it. We don't want to get too much Madonna. Okay. It's all right. Yeah, no, that's okay. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. I can do that. Joanne, I get it. So that's really fast. Doing that. If you have 30 minutes left over, okay? Okay. Once what was I gonna say? Once you get this down with Michael, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna rock this thing. I know it's hard. It's hard to slow down. Okay. 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 Oh, Cody, that's okay. Yeah, Cody, what do you do? Is you go on to you type in, okay? If you type in Serious SIE exam, right? If you go on there onto the FINRA website, okay? Okay. Okay. Um, if you go on to the FINRA website and you type in, or you go to the SIE exam and you schedule, it'll show up at the thing. And right on the right hand side, it should say schedule exam. Let's see if I can find it. Hold on. Okay. Where are we? Okay, so you should see this screen. I don't know if you can see the whole thing. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see how it looks on here. Yeah, you won't be able to see the whole thing, but let me see. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, you can't see it. So if you're gonna be on this page, it's not gonna show it. Okay, so I'm on vertical, so it won't show. But if you go on to if you type in FINRA SIE exam, okay? If you type in FINRA SIE exam, then what you're gonna get is boom. Okay, you go on there up in the right hand, type in the essay exam. You'll see Securities Industry Essential. Up in the right side, you'll see enroll exam. I don't know if it takes you. Let's see. I'm going to see if it takes you to. You have to create your own. You have to create your own FinPro account to do that. Yeah. It won't open. My internet is so slow. But just go on there, hit the enroll exam, and you might have to open up a FinPro account, pay for it, and then boom, you just go on to Prometric. So the SIE, the 63, 65, and 66, you can the SIE exam, the 65, 63, 66, you can take all on your own, and the Series 3. Okay. For the SIE, I mean, it depends. I mean, everyone's saying between 60 and 80, maybe. Depends. Like, you're a young kid, so you can probably put time in. If you use Achievable, maybe it'll take less, but probably 60, 80 hours, maybe most, and then you should be fine. It'll boom. Okay. Okay. Government securities. Let's talk about these real quick. There's three types of bonds, right? There's corporate bonds, there's muni bonds, and there's government bonds. Okay. Those are the three types of bonds. So we have muni bonds, we have government bonds, and corporate bonds. Government bonds. Remember this. Remember, bills, notes. Yes, 66 you can do unsponsored. But remember, you have to get the 7 within 2 years. We have to be with the firm within 2 years or it expires. Remember that. So now, it's bills, notes, bonds, tips, and strips. T-bills are short term. They're under a year. Okay, bills are short term under a year. You buy them at a discount. Okay, you buy them at a discount and you go from there. Then the next one up is T-notes, which are 2 to 10 years, and they pay a coupon. T-bills don't pay a coupon. They buy them at a discount. The difference between where you buy it and where it matures is your what do you call it? Is your income. Then you got T-notes, which are 2 to 10 years. They pay a coupon every 6 months. And then we have T-bonds, which are the same thing, but up to 30 years, which is good. Okay. Then we have tips, which are treasury inflation. So they're coupon bonds. Okay. No, you need to be sponsored for the 6 or the 7, Cody, not the 6. So you can take the SIE, the 63, 65, or 66. Okay. Boom. Okay. Boom. Do it. Okay, we'll get on that. So now, what's the next step on this? Okay. Then the next step is T-notes, which are 10 to 30 years. They pay a coupon every year. Now remember, T-notes and T-bonds, tips, and strip. T-notes, T-bonds, and tips trade in 30 seconds. What that means is that when you see a quote, if you see 101.8, it's 101.830 seconds. So it's not 101.8, it's 830 seconds, which is 8 divided by 32 is 0.25. So it's really 101.25. Tips are great that they adjust for inflation. So if you buy a 5% tips and inflation goes up by 10%, they're going to increase the par value by 10%. So now we have 1,100. So 1,100. So you're going to get 5% of 1,100 now versus 5% of 1,000. So it adjusts the par value for inflation. Now you have strips, which not where you're going after you pass. It's a long-term zero coupon. Like it's a 10, 15, 20, 30-year zero coupon. You buy it for like $200, and at the end of 30 years, you're going to get $1,000. You make the $800. That's a lot of the government stuff. So remember, entities tax themselves. So entities, you pay federal taxes. Okay, you pay federal taxes, but not but you don't pay state, but you pay federal. So entities tax themselves, whereas munis, you pay state but not federal. Okay. Now, next step. Now we keep moving on. Okay. Now, somebody asked about mutual fund taxation. It's not so bad. Remember, and I apologize I didn't get to it, but we're going to get to it now. If you buy into a mutual fund, right? So they have to distribute 90% of their income every year. So on the dividends, they pay out the dividends every quarter, and that's going to be dividend income. That's ordinary income. That's every year. Okay. Then once a year, they do a capital gains distribution. That's almost always going to be a long-term capital gains. Okay. So that's going to be a long-term capital gains. So when they pay out, the dividend you get is ordinary income, and then the capital gains is a long-term capital gains distribution. Okay. So it's a long-term capital gains distribution. I'm speaking way fast. So that's going to be taxed at like either 0, 15, or 20%. That's it. Now, that's alone. Even if you automatically reinvest a dividend, even if you automatically reinvest the capital gains, you have to pay taxes on that. The IRS assumes that you got that, so you're paying taxes on it. Now, where people get confused is that, let's say you want to get out of the large cap and into the mid cap. Say you're in Fidelity. That's what they call a family. Fidelity is a family. Vanguard's a family. T. Rowe's a family. All that. If you want to go from large cap to mid cap, okay? If you want to go from a large cap fund to a mid cap fund, okay? What's going to happen is you're going to sell the large cap and then buy the mid cap into the fund. They will not charge you a sales charge. That's where the exchange privilege is. But the IRS goes, okay, did you sell that large cap for more than you paid for it? Well, if you did, then you owe taxes on it. If it was more than a year, it's long-term capital gains. If it's a year or less, it's short-term capital gains. That's a mutual fund. Remember, everything about a mutual fund is taxable. So if you get paid, it's taxable. Okay. Yeah, Johnny, I'm working on that. That's coming out. I got a few of them coming out. Here's the thing. I've had an incredible month. I mean, literally, I haven't had a day off. I'm teaching. I have 2 people after this tonight. I've been teaching since basically 10 a.m. till now. I got a half-hour break. That's why I was joking with my class the other night that we have the Friday night classes, right? The class the other night that I spend about $80 to $100 a day on DoorDash because I can't leave, right? And they did the math on that, and I was like, "What the fuck? I can't do that anymore." That's $25,000 a year in DoorDash. I'm like a super user, which I shouldn't be. I mean, I should just stop alone. I could probably live off my own fat until I die. Okay, yeah, that's the next step. Okay, now, okay. There you go. Boom. I love that. Cody, we're going to get you through the, we're going to drag your ass across the finish line. I promise you. Cody, you can take the essay on your own. We're going to drag your ass across this finish line. Now, okay. So I hope that helps with the mutual fund stuff. Okay. So 1, 2, you 3, 4. I hope that helped a little bit. Again. Yeah, I like my lecture on the mutual fund stuff. I go, okay, boom. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking about factor. I'm thinking that was I talked about in the group. We talked about that. Okay. Yeah, Joanne. Okay, that's fine. I know it's tough. You got to slow down. And I'm not saying you didn't, but you got to make sure you read every freaking word. It's like a thing. You just have to read every single word. Okay. Hamp, I'm so happy for you, my man. Okay. Harley, that's awesome. Boom. Okay. I love it. Harley, that is awesome that you're done. Now we're getting on to the rest. Good. Okay. Oh, over random gamer. We'll talk about that in a second. Now, it's great since it's slower. I actually am not. Usually I end up being like 25 minutes behind. Now I'm only 8 minutes behind, like 10 minutes behind. Okay. How to study for your retake in the 7. Okay, say you failed. Remember, once you pass, nobody gives a shit. Right? Remember that. Once you pass, nobody gives a shit that you failed. Okay? Because even on the system, if you failed it twice and then once you pass, all it says is valid. That's all it says. It says valid or not valid or valid until. So no one even knows that you took it 3 times or 4 times or whatever. So here's the thing, Kevin. First thing, boom, okay? First thing, boom. First thing is you're going to reread the book. Take a couple of days off if you failed today. Then go back and you're going to just read the book. That's all you're doing. Just read the damn book, okay? That's all you're going to do. Just read the book cover to cover. Now, if it's a second or third time, I'm going to tell you some chapters to maybe not read. You don't have to read options. Maybe do math questions. Do the problems on those. Don't reread margin. Do math problems. Don't reread DPPs. Fuck DPPs. I don't care. And the fundamental versus analysis, balance sheet shit, just 2 questions. So really, you're reading all but options, margin, DPPs, and the balance sheet stuff. That's like 5 chapters I took away. Okay. So those are the chapters. Just read those straight through. Boom. Just power. Don't take notes. Don't do anything. Just read it. And only thing you do is have a pad of paper there, stuff you want to bring up on here, or just go to what was I going to say? Write down stuff that if you read something, go, oh my God, I saw that on the exam. Jot it down. That's a good thing for you. Okay. And then once you're done with reading, then do chapter quizzes. Same thing as before. Chapter quizzes. Anything under 70, reread. And then start doing finals. Here's the biggest problem people have failed to. This is literally the biggest problem. The worst case scenario is you miss by 1. You get a 71 or a 69 or whatever it is. And you think, oh, I just need 2 points. Do not think that way. If you get a 70 and you miss by 2 points, you need to think, don't think you missed by 2. Think you missed by 30 points, okay? Think by 30 points. Okay, good. Okay. What do you think of the Sharpe ratio or CAPM? Okay. You used to have this? Yeah, look, Sharpe ratio and CAPM are not, I mean, if they mention it on the SIE, be surprised, right? But CAPM is all about, do you need more reward? Think of it this way, simplified for the SIE, if you think about it. If you want a bigger return, you got to take bigger risk, right? No risk, no reward. So the more reward you want, the more risk you have to take. The less, and then that's CAPM in a nutshell. And how do we measure that? Okay. So the one way is Sharpe ratio. Sharpe ratio is literally your return minus the risk-free rate over volatility. What's volatility? Standard deviation. Okay. So my left arm, does that mean I'm having a heart attack? The left arm? I don't know. Remember, what's the deal? If I die on here, what are you going to do? You're going to share the shit out of this. So I get famous, at least as I'm lying in the funeral, in the coffin, I'm going viral. Okay, now a fat guy, fat tutor, idiot, dies on camera. Now, ignores warning signs. Now, and then DoorDash stock takes a hit. Now, Sharpe ratio is literally, am I getting enough reward for the risk I'm taking? This is much more for the 65, 66. Sharpe ratio it's a measurement of the reward I'm getting just enough to justify the risk I'm taking. That's literally what it is. Okay. I love it. I'm glad the crash course up. I think those crash course videos are pretty. A crash course playlist is pretty solid. Okay. 25%. Okay. Jocelyn, you're gonna get some. Okay. You're gonna get definitely some taxes on this. Okay. You're gonna definitely get some taxes on this. But not crazy math. Look, here's the thing. The crapshoot on the 65 is it's either gonna be fucking ridiculous or it's pretty damn straightforward. Okay. I think it's a bigger test, but the good thing is it overlaps the 7 so much. It's such an overlap with the 7 that's kind of insane. Okay. Now, let's move back from this. Okay. Chloe. Okay. God, okay. Okay, so you've read through the Kaplan stuff. Hopefully, you have access. So what you should do is, I hope you read through got through Achievable, waiting to take the practice exams. Since you've gotten through both, and you've gotten so close, start taking finals. That's what you got to do. Start taking finals right now. That's all you got to do. Just start taking finals left and right. Just take them. That's all I want you to do. And then as you're going, remember. But the thing is, guys, remember this. Why do we take finals? You don't take finals to see if you're ready. I mean, you can near the end. You're trying to do it to find your weaknesses. So when you do bad, don't get upset. Okay. Don't get upset at all. Just think, I'm using it to find out where my weakness is so I can attack it. Kind of like if you look at a surgeon, right? A surgeon or a mechanic, they try things out, they do stuff to try to find the bad shit. So that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to find all the bad stuff. So that's what we're trying to do. Okay. So as a test taker in the beginning, you're trying to do it. So don't get mad if you get a 62 or a 48 or 65 or whatever it is. It's showing your weaknesses, and that's good. You know where to attack. And that's the thing. Just do your chapter quizzes. Once you're good on those, and start taking finals, and then beat this fucking thing. You're gonna beat it. Okay. Henry, I'll get to you in 1 second. Okay. If I was a customer, if an RO who's a customer wants to add the RO as a benefit to a trust, is this possible? Oh, wait a second. There's a new thing. Okay. Oh, I thought there's a new rule. This is the thing, Joanne. I think there's a new rule that registered reps can't be trust beneficiaries of it. Can't be a trustee, right? Okay. Let me see. Let me see this second. There's a new rule that came out. Oh, the registered rep, right? Okay. I can't spell. Okay, let's see. The whole thing is I gotta find that. Here we go. No, this is not it. I thought I have to find it, but there's a new rule out where they can't do. Okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. FINRA adopts a limit to register from being named the customer's beneficiary. Okay. To limit any such a person. Okay. Okay. Okay, Rule 3241 provides a registered merchant must decline being named the beneficiary of a customer's estate or receiving a bequest from a customer's estate upon learning of such status unless a registered person provides written notice upon learning of it and receives written approval from the member firm prior to being named beneficiary. They must decline being named as an executor or a trustee or holding power of attorney on behalf of a customer unless they let them know and they get permission and they don't get any financial gain. Okay. So here we go. Okay. So this is a great question. Okay. If you want to add, okay. This is a great question. The new rule now is that if you are a registered rep, I knew it was there. If you're a registered rep, you cannot be named as a beneficiary of a trust or be a trustee of a customer's account. Now, if you're named that, you need to get written permission from your principal or your firm. Okay. But you have to, here's the other thing. You have to decline being that or decline being a trustee unless you can do it for no beneficial gain. Now, if it's family, nobody cares, okay? Now, so that's the thing. So now, if you're the name of the trustee of an account, you can do it with written permission of the firm. You're supposed to decline, and you don't get any financial benefit because as a trustee, you can pay yourself. You cannot do that, okay? So that's the new rule. Hope that helps a little bit, okay? Tips to the 24, it's kind of high level, but remember something. Here's the thing. Don't sleep on customer accounts, okay? Okay. No, power of attorney is different. Power of attorney is different. This is a little about trust or beneficiaries. It came out. It's actually not that new. It's like from 2020. Okay. You can always get power of attorney because that's what we do all the time, right? Okay. So now it's just being a trust or a beneficiary, like getting it. Okay. Now, Suitability 24. Make sure. Here's the thing. There's a lot of stuff. One thing is you have to think this way. All my students, I tell them this. One, use STC. Don't use Kaplan. Seriously, Kaplan will be fine if that's what you have to use. But if you have a choice, use STC and maybe get the Kaplan question. But even then, they might fuck you up because they go into weird fucking stuff on that. Now, by far, any principal exam, STC is the best. I've had students use both, and not one has thought Kaplan was better on the principal stuff. Yeah, for the 7 and the SIE, it's a toss-up, right? It doesn't fucking matter. But for the principal stuff and for the Series 3, you got to use STC. Now, remember, Kaplan's a big company. They fucking do everything. They do SATs, do everything else. They can't be experts at that, right? So STC does nothing but FINRA shit. Now, make sure this is the big thing, okay? This is the big. Thank you, Nico. This is the big thing, okay? Now, I'll try not to die because then you'll be a traitor to me. Okay, so now, make sure that you don't sleep on the customer stuff, okay? You got to make sure the supervision of the rep, that's so big. Here's where people screw up. I have a video on the market making stuff. It's pretty good. It covers pretty much everything you need to know, more than you need to know for the 24. I think I read series 57 and 24 on it. It's a market making. Underwriting, the underwriting stuff is serious. But again, it's not like ridiculously bad. Just make sure you read the book. Use STC. I promise you STC is better than any other vendor for the 24. And just always think what FINRA wants. Like almost like what would hurt me the most and help FINRA. It's kind of like always think what's FINRA doing to protect the customers. Oh, here's the big one, Henry. Fucking net cap. Don't worry about it. The books, every book, Kaplan, STC, Pass Perfect, they go nuts on the net capital shit. And it makes people think they can't pass. It's not that hard. It is literally like maybe knowing what a haircut is and maybe knowing what each broker dealer needs to have under net cap. Don't do the math. Don't try to figure out the balance sheet or what a haircut is. Like, don't do the math on a haircut. They're not going to do it on the test. There's no math on this test. Okay. And no Roman numerals either. Okay. Okay. Boom. Now I just told you. I hope that helped you out. Okay. How do you get down suitability? So Carmen. See, now I'm 20 minutes behind, right? Carmen. Because I spent a while on that one. Focus on this is the easiest way to do it. And it's all about product knowledge. Just every time you read about a product, your common stock, what's it good for? Growth, income, liquidity, stuff like that, right? It's good for inflation protection, stuff like that. Why is it bad? Well, it's risky. It's the riskiest of securities. So it's not good for short term. It's good for long term. If you go in my crash series 7 crash course playlist, I have 2 videos on suitability. One where I just go through rules on suitability. The second one, I go through every security, what it's good for, what it's bad for. That's going to save your ass on that. That's going to be a big deal. That's the one you got to do. Okay. Johnny, yes, I'm coming out with more, I think, this weekend. Okay. Cody, you should be asleep right now. Good. Okay. Joanne, I appreciate it. And keep with Michael. Michael's good. Okay. Wait, what's Chloe? So where'd Chloe? What did I miss? Okay. Okay. Kenzie. Yeah, Marie, yeah, totally fine. If you look, I have my way of doing it, right, which is very intuitive, but it's the way I've learned since I was 16, right? I always thought about the break even, but if I've never used the T-charts ever. I mean, I think for about 2 months when I was with Greco in 2006, I used T-charts, and I'm like, fuck this, it's just so stupid, right? So it's like a way of doing it. It's fine, but it doesn't help a lot of the other things, right? So that's why I started doing my thing maybe 15 years ago. But here's the thing. Before that, I didn't have a system. I just kind of worked through them. So, Marie, if you're working through your options questions, all good. Literally, if you're working through your options questions, there's no problem. There's no problem there at all. Okay. Okay. Nico, let's see. Right. So, right. There's a lot more exemptions in that. That's why I have my can I sell a thing though. So if you are an agent, okay, if you're an agent, you're only exempt if you have no, if you're really, you're only exempt if the broker dealer is exempt or if your client's on vacation. Okay. Now, if you're thinking of, yeah, that's true. I think that's true. They have Achievable does have a good suitability thing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Take a yoga class. You know what it look like? That's crazy. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Chloe. That's perfect. Okay. Um, right. So if you're an agent, remember something. If you're an agent, whether security is exempt or not has nothing to do with you. Okay. By the way, I just did an exempt versus guys. Anyone taking the 65 or 66? Check out my most recent video where I do the whole hour, almost 2 hours on investment vehicles characteristics. It's pretty good. It jumps around. I have a different, viewing it from different ways all the way. That's where people get hammered on this test. They really get off. But now back to you, Nico. If you're an agent, you got to register in the state. Okay, that's pretty much the rule, unless the guy's on vacation or your broker dealer is exempt, which means then you are, or you work for the issuer. Now, if you work for the issuer and it's an exempt security, remember that if you work for the issuer and you're either an exempt security or an exempt transaction, then you get then you don't have to register. Okay. It's funny, they always talk about the no commission thing. I never saw it in the rule, but it makes sense, right? Because if you're getting a commission to do trades, then you're sort of an agent. So let's go with, and my test when I took it never asked that specifically. They just said if you work for the issuer. Okay. If you work for the issuer, okay, if you work for the issuer, not the broker dealer, the issuer. So let's say, Nico, let's say you work for Merrill Lynch, and your brother Tico works for New York State, and you're both selling New York State muni bonds. You have to register. He doesn't. Okay. Now, I think what you're talking about, I'm not sure about the interstate one, unless you're talking about from federally covered. If you're issued in one state only, you got to register. That's qualification. That's securities. If the security is more than one state, then it's going to be Fed and state, so that's coordination. If you're federally covered, meaning you're a mutual fund or a 506B or A, or even C, I guess 506C, Reg D and mutual funds have to notice file in the state. That's not registration. Okay. I'm not 100% sure where you are. Okay. We're doing that. Okay. Yes, I can. Rescission. Okay, so here's what happens. So if I fuck up and sell you a security that's unregistered, or I sell you a state I'm not registered in, I have to go back to you. Okay, I have to go back to you and say, here, I'm going to give you back your money. I'm going to buy the shares back from you if you want. Here's a little bit of interest and any lawyer's costs. And here, you have 30 days to say yes or no. If you don't say yes or don't ignore by then, you will now own the shares and you can't sue me anymore. That doesn't mean I can't get in trouble. I still sold an unregistered security, okay? I still sold an unregistered security, so I can still get in trouble, but you can't sue me because I literally offered you what you would have gotten if you sued me. Remember, even if you sue me, okay? Even if you sue me, okay? Even if you sue me, you'd only get what that is in anyway. So again, rescission is an offer to buy back their securities and boom, okay? Does that make sense? Buy back their securities and give them back their money and plus a little bit of interest, and that would help you out. Okay, hope that helps a little bit. And again, after 30 days, if they don't say yes or no, if they say yes, you give them the money back. If they say no or don't answer, they can't sue you anymore. Only because you offered them back what they want. Zara, hold on. Schmuck guy, that is fucking awesome. Are you done now? That's the end of it, right? I can't. Boom, baby. Okay. That is awesome. Zara, it doesn't matter. That was probably for the 65, 66. Okay. I agree. I do think that Achievable does a good job on a lot of stuff. I'm telling you right now, there's not a test. Achievable explains this shit better than anyone else. So I always say, get the so Zara, so it's 63. That recession would help you. Recession. I want to say recession, right? If I always say get a cheap one, buy the cap and Q Bank as a backup. And if you reach out to Michael Weiss, he has a 15% discount. Okay. 10% discount, whatever. Okay. You could ask that. You could so that they could okay. Zara, I think the 63 is easier. Hold on. I do got to do something for you. Hold on. Zara, how are you? That is awesome. Nailing the 6. That's a big deal. Way to go into that weekend on like a badass. Okay. Yeah, Zara, don't worry about it. This is. Let me get to you in a second. Let me fix Elliot first. Hold on. So understand they're indexes, right? So you have to know the S&P 500 is a broad, wide, diversified index. It's a broad, wide, diversified index. The Wilshire is the widest of them all. It's like 6,300. It's called the Wilshire 5,000, but it's like 6,300 stocks, right? The Dow 30, this is the one you see on TV all the time, is only 30 stocks, so it's very narrow. So broad stuff. And by the way, the S&P 500 is what most of us use as the market. Okay, the VIX is based on the S&P 500. They're not going to go crazy on it. They just want to know, like what the VIX is on it, which is the widest and most broadest index, which is the Wilshire. Okay, now there are narrow based indexes, right? Broad based is at the S&P 500, stuff like that. Narrow based are like a healthcare one, or metals, or like travel. Those are specific to an industry. Okay. Okay, do not worry about the exempt versus exclude. Yes, the test goes shitty on this, okay? The vendors go shitty. But literally, when I've taken the test, and I've taken them enough times, okay? Because I was a compliance officer, I found ways to get around the system, right? They never really made you differentiate between exclude and exempt. They just said, does it have to register, okay? And I just did a new one explaining exempt securities versus an exempt transaction. I just did an analogy thing like an hour and a half ago. I put it out there. It's like a minute long. Okay. Also, guys, if you're bored, I do stuff on TikTok under Series 7 Whisper. I do stuff on Instagram under Series 7 Whisper. I have had them out for like fucking 4 years under those names. Okay. So now, so don't worry about it. But here, I'm going to explain the difference. Okay. Exclude means you don't meet the definition. So like a future is not a security. A commodity is not a security. So they're excluded from the definition. So think exclude means you don't meet the definition. Boom. Okay. Now, exempt means you do meet the definition, but you don't have to register. Okay. So again, exempt means you meet the definition of what it is, but they're not going to make you register because you're like a federal government or whatever it is. Exempt transaction is like your non-exempt security. You would normally have to register, but because of the way you're doing it, unsolicited, selling to institutions, private placement, they're not going to make you register on that point. So this is the way I explain, and this is for the 63, 65, 66. The way I explain the difference between exempt and exclude is this analogy. Zara, your friend owns a nightclub. You can get into the nightclub anytime you want. You just walk past the line. There's never a problem. You never have to do anything. That's like being exempt. You don't have to worry about it. You just walk in anytime. That's what exempt security is. They don't have to register in the state. Nothing. However, let's say you don't have a friend and you have a coupon for one free night, skip the line. That and pay no cover charge. That's like an exempt transaction. It's a one-off, one thing. You may even have multiple coupons, but you're going to use one to get in, and that's what happens. So it's a one-time situation. So if you're an exempt security, why the hell would you use the coupon? You wouldn't. So if you're an exempt security, you wouldn't do exempt transaction. Anyone taking the 63, 65, 66, there's a couple of videos you have to watch outside the quick and dirties. The first one is the SIE, the Series 63 cheat sheet. It's fucking awesome. It goes through the broker-dealer agent stuff. The next one is the can I sell a security? It's all about registered, exempt transaction. Okay. Guys, that's awesome. I have to go out. I have to teach in like 3 minutes. So I'm going to cut this at 9:30. I'm glad it got busy here. Guys, don't forget, check out the Facebook group, FINRA Exam Prep with help from Big Apple Advantage Tutoring. We have 5,000 people in there. 1,100 to 1,200 are active. We're posting 5-6 times a day. Everyone's asking, going with stuff. They're starting study groups all the time. And I know there's an SIE one. They do it every night before this thing, okay? They do it every night And all you have to do is go into the chat room that works with you, and then you can say, I want to join a study group, and you'll get people to respond to you. Okay. You don't have to run it with me. Just do it and that you don't need my help, because the magic of study groups, okay? The magic of study groups is you guys talking to each other. Because if we do my classes, right? I have classes every Friday night, which you all know, okay? And they are good, but they're driven by me, right? So it follows my shit. It's fine. I answer your questions. But if you guys are together, it can go in 80 million directions, right? And sometimes hearing a non-teacher's way of explaining it is really valuable. Yeah, it's great to have someone in there talking to it, but it's much more valuable to have just you guys work with each other, fight it out, discuss it, and go from there. Okay. Guys, thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. Guys, go out and buy your Powerball. I think it's Powerball tonight. Go get some stuff. Maybe one of you guys will be a billionaire. Okay. I love it. I see a bunch of people finally joined. I love that stuff. Great. Okay. Guys, keep me posted. I will see you in 47 hours. So on that note, let's get out of here.